Hey everybody, my name is Marianne with Mind Your Food, and I am going to be your new health coach. So let's get together and follow me on this wonderful journey of getting healthy. And I'm going to teach you how your gut is connected to your brain, and it actually helps regulate your moods. Hi everybody, I'm Marianne and I'm with Mind Your Food out of Calgary, Alberta, and I'm also a virtual nutrition and wellness counselor. So today, in today's talk, we're going to be talking all about poop and if your poop is normal. And I know that may be a silly question, but we should be asking ourselves if our poop is normal. And if you're not looking at your poop, then you need to start, because it tells you a whole host of things of what could be wrong and what could be right. So we're just going to dive right into this crappy conversation here now. You already know that poop can actually reflect about what's going on in your body, and it can give you all the information that you need that can probably help you out. So you know how we get constipated and something didn't agree with you, and now you can't go to the bathroom, or maybe something didn't agree with you and then you have diarrhea. So there's a whole space in between that we have to get to the root of that cause. And a lot of times it could be simple, like, are you having enough fiber and water? How are your gut microbes in there? Like, are they balanced or are they out of whack? So there's a whole host of things. So here's a trivia question for you. Did you know that there's an actual chart that talks about stool? It is called the Bristol Stool Scale. And what that is, it was created in Bristol, England, and in Bristol in the UK. And it actually is a chart, and it gives pictures of how your poop, when you poop and you look at it, if it's certain ways on the scale, then this is what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture of what this looks like. And here we go. Yeah, so this is the Bristol stool chart. So we're going to go over this. And it's actually on a scale from 1 to 7. So 1 means you're very constipated, and 7 means diarrhea. And each time there's something that could be causing that, okay? So first of all, if your poop is like round little balls and it's not one big piece of poop, it's just like little tiny rabbit buttons, that's what I like to call it, well, that means you're very constipated, okay? So there's something lacking in your diet that you need help with. And it could be simple as adding more water and fiber, or maybe exercising could help that as well. If your poop is sausage-like but still lumpy, that means you're slightly constipated. So maybe up your water intake. Check and see where you are in the fiber intake, and remember that if you're eating fiber, you have to have water as well. So remember that, because you don't want it to turn into cement and then end up being constipated, even though you're eating lots of fiber. Okay, so if it's a sausage-like poop and there's like little cracks in it, but it holds together fairly good, then that's a normal poop. So give yourself a pat on the back for that one. Also, if it's a sausage-like and it's very smooth and there's no cracks, bingo, normal poop again. So that's what we're looking for. Then now we're getting to the other side of the scale. So then you can have like blobs of poop that have like clear edges around it. That is telling us that you're lacking fiber. So fiber actually gives you that, helps keep your stool together and helps it come smoothly out. And when it comes out in blobs or even diarrhea, then that means you're not getting the stuff out of your food that you're eating into your system. Okay, so you're lacking fiber if it's blobby poop with kind of like clear like edges on it. If you get a mushy consistency with raggedy edges, so not quite diarrhea, but it's very mucky and kind of looks like I don't know, like just raggedy edges on it, that is, it's not diarrhea, but that's a sign that you could have inflammation. So you could have inflammation in your large, small intestines, colon, maybe even your stomach. And so when you have that, you really have to look into your diet and see how you can change things up to get rid of that inflammation and what's causing that inflammation. So it's not just getting rid of the inflammation that is a Band-Aid solution. You need to really get to the root of the cause and why you're having the inflammation in the first place. Also diarrhea. So diarrhea, I'm sure we all know what that is. You can barely make it to the bathroom, and it's kind of like just very liquid. There's no solid pieces at all. That's another sign of inflammation. So when we think about this, someone with Crohn's or colitis or irritable bowel syndrome with diarrhea, when they get the diarrhea, and that means they have inflammation. And of course, when you look at Crohn's or colitis, there's inflammation there. And this is what's giving them the diarrhea. So then you have to use your nutrition and your food to help heal that inflammation and not just take pills, because that again is a Band-Aid solution. So we really need to, comes back again to our diet. Okay, so now we're going to get into some other poop factors. So now we already know about what it should look like when we take a peek in the toilet. So now we're going to get to other little things. But now you have to think about, how often do you go to the bathroom? Is it once a day, 3 times a day, once every couple of days, once a week? Like, you have to really think about that and watch your norm. So if your normal is going once a day and now you're going 3 times a day, then what has changed, right? So you have to think about things like that. Or maybe you were going once a day and now it's like the 4th day and you haven't gone to the bathroom yet. Well, okay, what's going on, right? So there could be a whole host of that, but we're going to get into that now shortly. Also the color. So this one's very important. If your poop, so when you eat like beets, so the next day when you poop, it's going to be red, okay? If you eat lots of vegetables, lots of green vegetables, then when you poop, it's going to have that green tinging color. So, and that's totally normal when you can explain why it's that color. But if you're having poop that is red and black and you have no like explanation for that, sometimes you can have really dark poops when you eat lots of blueberries or blackberries, etc. But if you can think about, okay, well, what did I eat and how come it's like that, then you really have to go to your doctor. So like I said, the first time you poop, if it's red and or black, just hold off for a second. Like, you know, maybe it is something that you ate that you can't remember. Maybe it's taking a little bit longer to go through your digestive system. So wait until the next time you poop. And then when the next time you poop, if it's like that, call your doctor, okay? Because you have to go, you have to get that checked out because that's not normal. And you have to see what the issue is. So now we're going to talk about what do you do when you have an imperfect poop, okay? Well, the first thing you have to think about when you have an imperfect poop is what's the reasoning behind it? Like I was talking about before, if you have a red poop, but the day before you had beets for lunch or dinner, you have beets on a salad or whatever, then that's explaining it. If you have a darker poop and it is, and you had blackberries because you were at the farmer's market and you decided to eat a pint of blackberries, then that's probably why your poop is dark. Okay, so you have to think about little things like that before you go rushing off to your doctor. I'm not saying don't go see your doctor. You just have to be able to explain it first. If you can't explain it, then go to your doctor. Okay. Another one is, are you getting enough probiotics? So probiotics actually feed the good gut bacteria, which actually helps break down the food in our digestive system, and it helps everything move through very easily. So if you're not getting enough probiotics, that could cause a little bit of constipation there as well. So, and again, not everybody can take the same kind of probiotic because everybody is different and their gut bacteria is different. And as well, if you're taking a probiotic, which can be taken as a supplement, or it can be, you can get probiotics in fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, cultured yogurt, what else? Like fermented foods, then you can get a probiotic there. But remember that if you're taking a probiotic, then you need prebiotics, because the prebiotics feed the probiotics and the probiotics feed your gut bacteria. And another one that really affects your pooping schedule and what it looks like and everything else is stress. And of course, I will say it, stress is the #1 killer out there, okay? And I truly, truly believe that when I say it. If you're stressed out, you can either not go to the bathroom. Of course, you're probably not eating correctly or right, eating good foods because you are stressed out. Or it could go the other way. If you're stressed out and you end up getting a nervous stomach, then that can cause you to go to the bathroom with diarrhea. And so you have to think about that too. So if all of a sudden, before you present something at work, then you have to go to the bathroom and you get diarrhea, then it's probably not something that you ate. It's just nerves in your stomach. So we got to remember that there's a vagus nerve that comes from our brain to our gut, and everything, and our gut actually sends messages to our brain, okay? So when we get a nervous stomach, we're actually getting that feeling. We can't feel our stomachs as such, but the stomach has already sent something to the brain that we're stressed, okay? And that's why we feel that butterflies and stuff like that in our stomach. And then our stomach reacts by giving us diarrhea, okay? Let's see. Okay, we really need to get to eat more vegetables and fibrous vegetables and fruits. They really pack in a lot of good, healthy fiber that we tend to be lacking in the standard American Canadian diet. Okay, so we really need to have the fiber in there, and the fiber actually helps the good little critters that's in our belly, and helps break things down, and they actually help the good gut bacteria as well. So we really need fiber, and like I said before, fiber actually holds your stool together, and it gives it that smooth consistency with water. Okay, so remember, if you're adding fiber to your diet, up your water intake. You will need it or you will end up constipated. Just letting you know that. So there's good habits that we can really get into as well, and that could include mindfulness. So when our digestion starts, it's actually when we can smell the food or when we're plating food. Like, think about it, like frying onions or walking into your mom's house and there's homemade bread baking, like instantly your saliva glands start working, right? So then when we eat something, instead of hoovering it into us, because heaven forbid, we're always so busy with our lives, sit down and really be mindful of what you're eating and chew your food. Chewing your food is very, very important, because as we age, we don't produce enough digestive enzymes. It actually starts to go down a little bit. So you don't want like chunks of food in there that your stomach is like trying to work overtime, but it's not, it's not creating enough digestive enzymes. So things just sit there and basically rot, because it has to be broken down to a certain point before it can go through the rest of the digestive system. So if it's just sitting there, then it's not doing anything, right? And then you end up with bloating, gas, stomach pain, all that host of other things. So yeah, really, really chew your food. It really helps your stomach to digest everything else when it gets there. Okay. And also chew your food. It keeps you from choking, right? And of course, if you have long-term digestive issues, like if you suffer a lot from constipation and you have tried adding fiber and you have tried upping your water and you have tried exercising more and you're still having that issue, go to your healthcare provider, please. It's very important to have these things checked because you never know. It could have another underlying issue there that it's not like just a switch in your diet can't fix right now. Okay, so you may need some extra help. So go to your doctor, work with a nutritional counselor like myself, and then we work everything together, right? So we work with your doctor and work with your nutrition, and then everything gets leveled out, and then you get better. There's no need to suffer anymore. So I'm going to share with you a very quick recipe. It's very hands-off. It takes very little time to prepare, but it does take 24 to 48 hours to get ready. Okay, so it's a great thing to do on a Friday evening, whip it all together and then forget about it. And then Sunday, bingo. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell you about coconut yogurt. So coconut yogurt, of course, dairy is very inflammatory to many people. So a lot of my clients, when they come into me, that's the first thing I get them to cut out is dairy. And sometimes, most of the time it works. Sometimes it doesn't because that's not what's affecting them. But a lot of times that is what's affecting them. So dairy can be very inflammatory to the digestive tract. So this one is not your typical yogurt. It is made with 2 cans of full fat coconut milk. So open up the cans, dump it all in. Every bit of the contents, dump it into your blender. Then get 2 probiotic capsules. Try to get 50 billion, okay? 2 probiotic capsules, crack open the capsules, dump in the contents, and just throw the capsules away or whatever, and dump in the contents, and then blend the crap out of it. And then you put it into a glass bowl or a large mason jar, as long as it's glass. I wouldn't put it in plastic because you're going to take this, you're going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and you're going to put it in your oven. Do not turn your oven on. Just put it in your oven and turn the light on. You will be so surprised how warm it gets in there. So then you let it sit for 24 to 48 hours. Try it after 24 and see what it's like. If it's really thick, then taste a little bit, and it should be really tangy like a plain yogurt. If it is, it's ready. If it's not, let it sit for another 24. After 48 hours, if it's still not ready or to your liking consistency and taste-wise, then what you could do is just let it sit for another 12 hours, and then it should be fine. And then you take it out, you put it into smaller mason jars, or take it out of the bowl and put it in a mason jar, and then you store it in your fridge. And then you can have this, it's a fermented yogurt now. So now you're getting a good probiotic without the dairy. And so then you can have that, you can add it to your grain-free granola, you can add some berries to it. Honey is a great anti-inflammatory, but it should be local honey, like not grocery store honey. Like go to your farmer's market and get a local honey from the honey beekeeper, okay? So get that, and there's so many flavors out there, it's like unreal. But a little drizzle of honey, of course, not too much berries as well. And have that, enjoy it for a snack or breakfast, or like I said, have some granola on top of it. Like, it's great. The kids will love it as well, especially when there's fruit added in there. It's adding in sugar, but it's a natural sugar, and you're getting fiber as well from the fruit. So yeah, so that's my little tidbit today about if your poop is normal or not. I hope everybody was able to take away, even if it was a little nugget of information that could help you. And please try out the recipe. It's awesome, it's amazing, it's easy, it's very hands-off, and it's delicious. Okay, so everybody try that out. If you do have any questions, you can always leave comments to me. I will have links to my Facebook group. I will have links to my Instagram, and you can always leave a comment here on YouTube as well. So please share my video and give it some likes as well, because it really helps me get the information out there for everybody else to take. So everybody take care, and I will chat with you later.